This is Ketchi1383 and this is Ketchi Gaming. So Nintendo released a Direct for Animal Crossing New Horizons going over a free update coming November 5th. And in this update they go over a few things, actually quite a few things, some of which I actually commented on my very first video that I did. And I had some friends who suggested I make a follow-up video to Animal Crossing New Horizons regarding this free update. And I'm going to do just that. One of the very first things they went over was the Roost coming to the museum, which I suggested in my video, and I briefly covered in my coverage of the Direct that they had back in September. Here I feel the need to address a lost opportunity. Several buildings that were in previous Animal Crossings do not make an appearance, such as the cafe, Leaf and Kick stores, as well as the post office. I dislike it when content is taken away, especially when there was already a solution other than randomly bringing these characters to the island throughout the week. All the developers had to do is add a second story to existing buildings, or just add the building. The cafe could be located in the museum or above the residential services. Little did I know that was just the tip of the iceberg for the content they had planned ahead. So there was content that was in previous Animal Crossings that I felt should have made a return in New Horizons, but they left out. And I'm not sure if it's because enough people said something, but they are bringing some of these, and then some, to the game. In my review, I covered the Nook Miles tickets and the lack there is of content that actually revolves around them. Yes, they just take you to an island with a chance of getting fruit, which I guess they may have addressed based on a friend who has the game but does not have online services, but was able to get most of the fruit, if not all of it. Yes, you can buy Nook Miles tickets, but they're almost as pointless as the miles themselves. All the tickets do is take you to a small island where you can catch bugs, fish, or garbage, but at higher rates. And Nintendo nerfed the insect spawn rates, making it pointless since you can do all that on your island. If you're lucky, you'll get an island with bamboo, and supposedly there is a chance to get a new fruit other than your island's starting fruit. But for me, it never happened. Which again is take you to an island that's in a different season or hemisphere, and even time of day, such as being at night. It also brings Tortimer back, which you'd think they would have done since, it's an island-based game and Tortimer has his own island. Which brings me to an issue I had with the characters that visited your island on a basically bi-weekly basis. Some of these characters had a permanent presence in New Leaf, which contributed to the game feeling empty. And by not having their shops on the island, it just felt wrong. So I guess they didn't want to expand the size of the island as it was. But they did come up with a solution that more or less came from all the way back in City Folk. Like I said, a lot of these solutions were already there from previous games. In this case, it probably takes more inspiration from the Pocket Camp, but still it's there. And that's having the shops be established on Harvey's Island. This makes me wonder how it's going to be implemented. In the video, they showed them talking to a gyroid, which I'm sort of wondering if you pay bells or Nook Miles, or a combination of the two, possibly even materials. Is there going to be a setup timer? That way people like me who have just millions of bells won't just blow through the whole entire thing, have every shop set up within one day. I'm happy with the plaza coming to the island, well, technically Harvey's Island, and there are characters that I wish were in the game that did not make an appearance till now, but with this, Nintendo rectified it. I digress. There's a whole slew of issues that people came up with, especially when it came to furniture, and that they're adding more furniture, which is nice, along with some new appearances for your house, and some ordinances for the town as well. Another addition that I like is the expanded storage space, and they're really expanding it. I mean, I didn't have an issue with running out. Maybe that's because I chose not to collect all the furniture, but if I did, I'm pretty sure I would have ran out in a heartbeat, which I don't know how they didn't see coming, but they didn't, I guess. Let me go over some of the aspects of the Direct that I have some doubts about, such as growing vegetables and plants and stuff like that. So is everything going to be like the pumpkins, where after you water it after so many days, it stays basically a full pumpkin year-round? Or is it going to take constant care? Hopefully they didn't change that. The concern I have for these vegetables and plants is where I'm going to grow them. If you watch my town tour, you can see that I have no room left, or very little. And that means I'm probably going to have to take something out, and I'm sort of wondering how this is going to affect my town rating. Are they going to change how the town rating system works? I mean, I still don't have an idea how it works. I've read tons of articles of people claiming to know how it works, and none of it seems to be true, or only rings partly true. So you can see my concern with the whole entire growing crops on your island. I don't want to mess with my island's rating system just to grow a couple of vegetables. One of the other things I find concerning are the addition of the gyroids making a return. That was a piece of content I did not miss in any shape or form. Unless they add more fossils, I don't see a problem with it. It's just something for me to ignore. But if anyone hasn't found all their fossils yet, it feels like it would just slow them down getting all those. Also, the town square stretching, I'm not entirely sure I get the point of it. Are they actually supposed to be standing and stretching with them in their room as they play? I mean, I guess that's fine. It's kind of weird, but okay. The last bit of the free update I'll cover are the inclines and bridges, adding more of them to the game. Honestly, I don't quite know why they're doing this. I guess there's some people who feel like they could use them, but I would mess with my island way too much by adding a different bridge, especially over water, because that would definitely ruin my ability to fish in certain areas, so I probably won't use that bridge at all. The other part is the wooden ladder setup kit, which I kind of get, sort of. I mean, that would have been helpful when I was setting up the island, but now, because I engineered my island, there's no need for me to use those. I mean, I might use one or two here or there, maybe, but I set up my ramps in such a way that it really isn't necessary. Lastly, I will touch on the Animal Crossing Happy Home Paradise, which I guess is the equivalent of the Happy Home Designer on the DS. It seems like an odd way to add some designer choices to your home that probably should have actually made it into the game and not through DLC, especially paid DLC. It does address one of the issues I had with the game, because I wanted a kitchen in my house before I went all nuts and just made it a holiday themed house, and all my appliances, everything just sat on the floor. And that's one of the reasons why I just said the hell with it and got rid of everything and made it a holiday themed room. Actually, I think I turned it into the pirate room, but either way. So it looks like they're adding kitchen counters. Okay. Hopefully there'll be more to it than just that. I already know there is, and it looks like there'll be other things I will do, and I'll probably take the time to actually design a couple of my rooms. Like, I want to fix up my bedroom upstairs and maybe the downstairs, which is just a cluster of objects. If you are interested, I will link my review down below in the description. If you made it this far into the video, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.